What bird is that? A kanga. What is a kanga in English? A guinea fowl. The reason they called it kanga were two reasons. Look at all the kangas as you walk around. One thing you will notice is how often you have dots. And dots are because this is the easiest pattern to reproduce. So a lot of the people who were enslaved came from the hinterland, came from the mainland, went to Zanzibar. And so when women would arrive, they would be given not Merikani, but just a length of cloth. And you know how the owner would just buy a whole length of cloth and then he would tear it. You know how they tear it? You don't even need a scissors. This is important because that's why some of us spell kanga with that H, because some people say it goes to the Arabic, the word for tearing. But it's something like, you know, cutting. Now, what these women, because the women who had been enslaved and brought there, they would wear the bare cloth, no decoration, nothing. The women who worked hard and who were able to emancipate because they had masters who allowed them to do it, wanted to distinguish themselves from the ones who are not. So one story is that to distinguish themselves, remember these are very poor women, they've just come out of slavery, they would put dots on their cloth, right? So you could tell that this one is free, right? So you have this whole, and if you go into Swahili society, wangwana, wazaliwa, you know, people who were born free, and then there were the people who had been enslaved. And I love that story because every time you wear a kanga with dots, it makes you think about vulnerable women who had lost everything. Another story linked to the kanga, if you've ever watched guinea fowl don't travel by themselves, right? Wherever they are going, they'll be eating, all of them are going, you know, they're doing their stuff, but they keep calling. When you don't hear the others, it panics. Actually have a tape of it. And it's asking, hey, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? And all the others are like, we're here, we're here, we're here. Next time you see a flock of guinea fowl, check it out. And so some men said, that's how women are. You'll never find one woman. So that is one story. I'm obsessed with Leso because it's really a treasure. Yeah. And I mean that word in every way that it has meaning. Yeah. But it's a treasure that every one of us can own. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, you come from the humblest or the most wealthiest of backgrounds. Leso is something you probably have somewhere in your household. Every time you think of it and you use the word Leso is what they call it in Mvita, Mombasa. Mombasa and Zanzibar are your two big kanga homes, the birthplaces. It reminds you of the creativity and innovation. Some people would say Nikanga Halisi because it's got the dots. But then, where do you think this symbol, what part of the maritime zone does it connect us to? This one. India. Okay, Ambi, you see it a lot in anything coming from there. Here we call it korosho, cashew nut, or embedodo embe. And it's usually a symbol of prosperity. So next to the dots, it's your second most popular. As you go out, look at the Lesos. It's all over, sometimes stylized, sometimes real. And the lines are often associated with the Omani Arabs. So just this one Leso has got that history I was telling you about. It is testament to the very long history that we have had as East Africans, those of us who call ourselves Kenyans or who identify as Kenyans, people of the coast, Africans who have been part of a global culture for millennia. I also love Leso because when you follow the history of Leso, part of its utility is also its beauty. And part of its beauty is its utility. So women have used it to communicate. They have used it to help them do everything that a woman does. You're wrapped in it from the minute you're a baby, all the way, in some cases, to when somebody is being buried. And it accompanies you through all the big ceremonies of your life. So for me, I just think Leso is this treasure that we all must love.